Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Hey.
I'm Ray from King
Ray.
5.
First off, how good is it to be back in Seattle for a bit?
Feels very good. It's been a long time. You know, I've been basically on the road, living out of my suitcases for like the past 2 months. So it feels good to be back. I'm a little busy this week, but as to be expected, and it just feels good.
People probably do want to know out there, how has it been the past 3 months since the Winter Games
Oh,
ended?
it's been crazy. You know, like I said, I was living out of suitcases, traveling all over, checking out everything from checking out the entertainment world in Los Angeles to making personal appearances and doing speaking engagements on the East Coast. This is really the first time I've had just to have some downtime and come back is to come home rather than just visiting for once. So it feels good, and it's raining once again, so no surprise.
Make no mistake, you've been busy.
I've been busy, very busy.
There's that question that's looming out there. There's a certain event that's going to happen north of here in a couple of years and stuff like that. So I'll put a different twist on it. Do you think, at the time I believe you'll be 27 years old, do you think as a 27-year-old you would be able to compete in those games doing what you do?
I think physically, it's not a question. I think I'll be probably at my best levels. Whether I want to dedicate the next 4 years of my life again, I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that I want to do in between. You know, I just signed with a company, Brostein Gray Entertainment, looking to branch out beyond just an athlete into the entertainment world. Like I said, a lot of things I want to be involved in. I do know I want to be at the games, regardless if I'm skating or not. I kind of want to be that ambassador of the Olympic movement and share that, share the importance of winning, but not just on getting on the podium, winning at different levels, showing, all Americans, the real importance of the Olympic movement. When you're down, getting back up. When you climb that mountain, see how you can rise back up again if you do decide to, if something happens and you fall. And just sharing that and being proactive and being involved in that.
In the back of your head, what's a time frame? Do you think you really need to make a decision whether or not you might compete?
Well, an Olympic Games is a 3.5 to 4 year commitment, and it's a plan also. So for me, if I do decide to keep going, I'm going to have to acquire new sponsorships. Funding is always an issue in short track because it's an expensive sport, but it's also a sport that requires a lot of travel, a lot of good coaching. So we'll see. I love the sport, and I want to be involved. Anywhere from this year to next year, obviously I'm an athlete for life, so I got to stay healthy and fit. But we'll see. It all depends on what options are out there and how I can make an impact, just larger than sport as well.
Speaking of options, what about the entertainment industry strikes your fancy the most, you think?
I don't know about film. I know that, obviously I have no acting experience, so that's a little iffy. But it's there, and the realization of the opportunities that come my way are there as well. So we'll see. It's all about do the options make sense to me, and do they remain authentic to my personality and who I am as a person.
Awkwardly, I was asked to ask this question of you, and it deals with the ladies wanting to know. Comes to the dating question and things like that.
Dating
So
question.
I shoot it your way. Is there someone special in your life?
My dad. But in terms of dating, no, I'm single.
Back on the market.
Yeah. Well, being 24, my whole life has been totally focused towards speed skating. In a way, it's so powerful, but another way, my social life has kind of dwindled because I have so many friends and family, here in Seattle area. I've never had a chance to just kind of go out. My Saturday nights are usually involved in watching skating tapes and being in bed before 10:30. So that's not a normal 22, 23, 24-year-old lifestyle. So I'm really looking forward to just being normal and just kind of hanging out.
And being more social and getting out there more.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be in Seattle for? In the area?
Hopefully longer than just a week this time. Like I said, I have more downtime. The city is changing every single time I come back. It's remarkable, and I love seeing that. I think this has always been kind of the hidden gem of the United States, and it looks like people are starting to become more interested. So I want to be here more, and I'm going to be here more.
Finally, you're out on the streets, you're going to be around town. What are some of the things you're hearing from people who bump into you, regular folk who kind of recognize you or whatever with the entourage here?
What's cool is that when I walk around or when people recognize me, some of the things they say is that, you really touched my heart, or really proud of what you stood for in the games. To know that I did that thousands of miles away, that I had that connection with people, and they felt like they know me as a personality, coming from Seattle, being a local boy, it feels really good, really good.
Excellent. Anything I didn't touch on you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
No. Well done. He'll do a quick TV thing.
Give me a group. Mike, I don't know exactly the list of names.
Oh, I was just curious.
A lot of local.